So let's trace this back to the beginning. A sacred text doesn't fall on you from the sky. Someone tells you about it. My teachers told me that their teachers told them this comes from supernatural sources. To accept that, let alone to repeat it to others, is an act of trust in someone, a human someone. And there must have been those first people who stood up and announced, "Listen up, everyone, this book comes from God." If we do not want to be gullible, we should ask about them. Who were they? What were their lives like? What did they teach? Could they serve as role models? What a society would look like if it put people like them on a pedestal. And even if those original messengers acted purely passively, like megaphones for God, then when it comes to transmitting and explaining what was revealed, they would be in no better position than any other listeners. Even then, you couldn't honestly say they've received and transmitted this text word for word from God, independently of their own interpretation, their own character, and their own actions. And so, I, David, am convinced that God says X, Y, Z can be true. Or I, John, had a vision and I heard a loud voice telling me, "John, write down what you hear, describe what you see." That also can be true. Or I have made known to you all that I heard from my Father. That also can be true. But the sentence, straight from God, XYZ, that one isn't. In revelation to people, the human factor is always there, always. It can't be removed. Honest religion has to acknowledge this. Now we come to the heart of it. Picture this. The same sentence, let's call it S, written by Christ himself, and the same sentence written by his apostles, chosen by him and sent to teach. In content, in wording, and on paper, that would be exactly the same sentence. Identical. And yet, this sentence signed by Christ would suggest something very different from the same sentence signed by John, Matthew, Luke, or Mark. It would suggest something coming entirely and directly from him, the great God and Savior, as St. Paul calls him. It would suggest something without human mediation, not through people, directly from God. Do you see the trap?